Once upon a time, in the modest town of Osuagu in Nigeria, there lived a man named Okiro. His life revolved around alcohol, earning him the title of the town drunk. From dawn till dusk, he wandered the streets with a bottle in hand, his appearance a testament to his wayward existence, clothes torn, body unwashed, and an unmistakable stench trailing him. Okiro's notoriety for irresponsibility and disgrace was well known. His family had long given up hope of his redemption, and the townspeople viewed him as a cautionary example. Each day, he was seen swaying through the marketplace, mumbling incoherently, or collapsing into gutters, only to wake and repeat the cycle. His nights often ended under the open sky, indifferent to the perils that lurked in the darkness. One particularly moonless night, Okiro's drinking binge was more intense than usual. He had spent the day at the local tavern, drowning his sorrows and celebrating nothing. As he staggered home, his vision blurred, and his senses dulled, he noticed an unusual chill in the air. The normally quiet streets of Osuagu whispered with a sinister undertone. Unbeknownst to Okiro, this night was different. The spirit of Akumara, a malevolent entity known to haunt the outskirts of Osuagu, had awakened. Akumara fed on despair and recklessness, seeking a new victim. Tonight, it found Okiro. As Okiro stumbled through the dimly lit streets, a sudden force struck him from behind. The blow sent him sprawling into the dirt, his bottle shattering. Dazed, he tried to rise, but an invisible hand pressed him down. A low, malicious laugh echoed around him. "Who dares disturb my slumber?" a cold, menacing voice hissed. Terrified, Okiro tried to shout, but his voice was lost in the darkness. The spirit of Akumara loomed over him, a shadowy figure with eyes glowing like embers. It reached out, and Okiro felt an icy grip around his heart. The world spun, and he was plunged into deep, suffocating darkness. When Okiro opened his eyes, he found himself in an eerie landscape. The sky was a swirling mass of dark clouds, and the ground beneath him was barren and cracked. He was in the land of spirits, where human souls were tested and tormented. "Welcome, Okiro," Akumara's voice echoed. "You have squandered your life. Now, you will fight for your soul here." Okiro's heart pounded. He realized he was no longer the weak, drunken man he had been. His body felt stronger, but the terror in his heart was real. Suddenly, grotesque creatures emerged from the shadows, each more horrifying than the last. They snarled, their eyes glowing with hunger. Okiro knew he had to fight, but years of alcohol abuse had clouded his mind. The first creature lunged at him, claws extended. Okiro dodged, barely escaping, and instinctively grabbed a broken branch from the ground. He swung it wildly, striking the creature's head and sending it crashing down. But more creatures circled him, their growls growing louder. Okiro's breath came in ragged gasps. He fought with all his might, driven by the primal urge to survive. With each swing and maneuver, he felt a strange clarity returning. The fog of alcohol lifted, and he fought with purpose. Hours seemed to pass. Okiro fought relentlessly, his body battered, but his spirit unbroken. He knew he had to survive, to prove he was more than the drunken fool everyone believed him to be. Finally, as the last creature fell, Okiro stood alone, panting heavily. Akumara appeared, its eyes narrowing. "You have done well, Okiro," it said, surprised. "But this is only the beginning. To reclaim your soul, you must confront your deepest fears and regrets. Determined, Okiro nodded, ready for whatever came next. The ground shifted, and he found himself in a familiar place, his childhood home. The walls were cracked and faded, but the memories were vivid. He saw his younger self, a boy with dreams, laughing and playing with siblings. His parents, full of hope, watched over them. But the scene changed. He saw himself as a young man, falling into bad company, turning to alcohol to escape failures. He pushed away those who loved him, squandered opportunities, and let his life spiral out of control. Tears streamed down Okiro's face. The weight of his choices and the pain he caused hit him like a hurricane. He fell to his knees, sobbing. "This is your true battle, Okiro," Akumara's voice echoed. "Confront your past, accept your failures, and find the strength to forgive yourself." Okiro looked up, vision blurred by tears. He saw his parents standing before him, faces filled with sorrow. He reached out, but they remained out of reach. "I'm sorry," he cried. "I'm so sorry for everything. I was weak, and I let you down." His parents' faces softened. His mother's voice broke through. "It's not too late, Okiro. You can still change." With a renewed sense of purpose, Okiro stood up. He faced his past, confronting each painful memory, each regret. He acknowledged his mistakes and vowed to change, to become the man he once dreamed of being. As he did, the landscape changed. The barren ground sprouted grass, dark clouds parted, and the oppressive weight lifted. Okiro felt a warmth spread through his body, a peace and clarity he hadn't known in years. Akumara appeared again, its malevolent aura diminished. "You have faced your demons, Okiro. You have proven your strength. Your soul is yours." Relief and gratitude surged through Okiro. He bowed his head, and with a blinding flash of light, he was back in the mortal world. He awoke in the gutter, dawn breaking over Osuagu. But he was different. The clarity and determination from the spirit world lingered. He rose, feeling the weight of his past lift. From that day, Okiro changed. He gave up alcohol, cleaned himself up, and rebuilt his life. He worked hard, earning the townspeople's respect, and gradually repaired broken relationships. His family, initially skeptical, saw the genuine change and welcomed him back. Okiro never forgot his night in the land of spirits. It was a turning point, a chance to reclaim his soul and life. He did so with unwavering determination, becoming a beacon of hope and redemption in Osuagu. Okiro's story became a legend in Osuagu, a tale of fall and redemption, reminding everyone that even the most lost souls could find their way back to the light.